When a child feels responsible for easing a parent's shame, stress, or emotional pain around financial responsibility, it doesn't just affect them. It rewires how they see themselves, relationships, and safety. We're going to talk about today on Trauma Talks. So here's the straight truth, you guys. What's really happening psychologically? This is parentification and emotional burdening. The child learns my job is to regulate my parents' emotions so things don't fall apart. That's not maturity, you guys. That is survival wiring. A child is not equipped to carry an adult's financial anxiety, guilt, or instability. When they do, their nervous system adapts in ways that follow them into adulthood, you guys. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, what's the core impact on the child? Okay, number one, chronic guilt and misplaced responsibility. They internalize, if I ask for my needs, I'm selfish. If I succeed, I should fix everyone else. If my parents struggle, it's somehow my fault. Yes, you guys, okay? That is emotional burdening. This creates an adult who overfunctions and feels guilty resting, receiving, or even thriving, you guys, okay? Anxiety number two. Anxiety tied to emotional safety and stability. Because finances equal emotional chaos, the child brain equals or links money to threat, needs to burden, and dependence to danger, you guys. Later, this shows up as hypervigilance around money, hoarding, or avoidance, fear of financial mistakes, all right, shame around earning or spending, you guys, okay? So let's get into number three, suppressed needs and emotional self-abandoning. They learn early, you guys, my feelings matter less than theirs. Yes, this is a big deal. So they become expert at minimizing themselves, anticipating others' emotions, ignoring their own limits. That's not empathy, you guys. That's self-erasure. Yes, okay? So let's get into number four, caretaking, identity, and burnout, in adulthood. These children often grow into helpers, fixers, therapists to everyone else but themselves. They attract partners, workplaces, systems that take without giving because that dynamic feels familiar, even if it hurts, you guys. Okay, so let's get into number five, shame based self-worth. The unspoken lesson becomes love comes from making myself useful. Yes, not from being, not from existing, not from having my needs. No, this fuels perfectionism, you guys. Okay, people pleasing and absolute exhaustion. Burnout. The most important thing to understand, this wasn't your fault. You didn't choose this role. Your nervous system adapted to survive emotional instability. And survival strategies are separate compassion from responsibility, reclaiming the right to have needs without guilt, retraining your nervous system to feel safe when you're not fixing anyone, allowing others to carry their own consequences, and developing a new identity rooted in worth, not usefulness, you guys. Okay, this work is deep, but it's absolutely possible. If you want, I can walk you through it. Okay, how this shows up in adult relationships, how it impacts your leadership and money decisions, yes, and or a nervous system based way to start undoing this pattern for good, you guys. Okay, you don't have to carry what was never yours. Okay, you hear me? How this shows up in adult relationships is very, very important. So what you need to learn as a child, yes, that's what I want to talk to you about. What you learn as a child, okay? You learn love equals emotional labor. That's what you learn. Connection equals managing someone else's discomfort. Safety equals keeping others regulated. So your nervous system now scans for people who feel unsteady, overwhelmed, ashamed, or behind. Yes, that's why they're in your relationship. That's why you're in relationships with them. Not because you like it, but because it's familiar, you guys, how it plays out. You may feel responsible for a partner's stress, finances, mood, or failures, okay? You might overfunction while they underfunction. Yes, you might stay longer than you should because they are brilliant, you guys, until they're no longer needed. Absolutely. So what healing really looks like in this situation? Okay, let's do a brief thing. Learning to They fall apart without me, is what you think. Okay, struggle to receive care without guilt. Okay, that's what you do. You struggle to receive that care. Feel emotionally alone, even in relationships. The painful truth, you guys, is we're bonding. You weren't bonding, you were stabilizing, unfortunately. And stabilizing is not intimacy. Real intimacy requires two regulated adults. Your system learned connection through imbalance. Yes. So how it impacts leadership, work, and money. Let's get into that. This is where it gets real sneaky, you guys. Okay, number one, leadership and work. You may take on too much at work. Responsibility just to be safe. Struggle to delegate work out to others. Feel guilty setting boundaries with staff or clients, or overgive in mission-driven work. Tie your work to how much you sacrifice. Yes, that might be how it looks. Okay, your nervous system equates control equals safety, rest equals risk, and saying no equals danger. So burnout isn't a discipline problem; it's a trauma conditioning response. Okay, conditioning response. Okay, so number two, money patterns. Okay, because money was emotionally charged in childhood, your body learned money equals shame. Money equals conflict. Money equals instability. Yes, that's what the problem is. This can create hyper independence. You'll never need anyone. Or overfunctioning. I must fix everything. Or anxiety when you're financially stable because calm feels unfamiliar. Difficulty receiving support or knowing your full worth. Fear, okay? All right, here's the core wound, you guys. If I have more, I should give it away. If I struggle, I must hide it. If I'm stable, something bad will happen. Yes, these are the core beliefs. That's not logic, you guys. That's nervous system memory. Yes, nervous system memory, you guys. What's happening neurologically? All right, because this matters. As a child, your brain adapted to chronic emotional stress, not occasional hardships, you guys. This wired your hyperactive amygdala threat detection and overdeveloped caregiving response. Suppress interception, you don't feel your own needs clearly. All right, a tendency to live in survival brain instead of executive brain. Okay, your body learn, stay alert, stay useful, stay ahead of collapse. So when you stop fixing, your body doesn't feel relief, it feels danger. Yes. Okay, so let's get into this even more. That's why Inside Alone doesn't heal this, you guys. Your nervous system must be retrained, okay? It must be retrained. The caregiver identity and why it's so hard to let go. Caretaking became your identity, not just a behavior, okay? So you can't live out God's identity. You got the caretaker identity. You weren't allowed to be needy. You were confused or financially dependent or emotionally messy. You weren't allowed to do anything. So how you feel now you feel invisible. Okay, when you're helping, you feel anxious when you rest. You feel unanchored when no one needs you. Yes, let's go out. Let's get out of this role. Okay, can we feel? I don't feel like you're losing yourself. So here's the reframe. You're not losing yourself, you guys. You're meeting yourself for the first time. Okay, you're meeting your true self. So how healing actually happens, step by step, you guys. Step by step. This is not about blaming your parents, first of all. About reclaiming ownership of your nervous system, your true identity, okay? Step one, separate compassion from responsibility. You can care without carrying, okay? All right, practice saying internally, I feel empathy without fixing. Yes, that's important. Their emotions belong to them. I don't need to stabilize this moment to be safe. This will feel wrong at first. Then that's normal, you guys. Okay, that's normal. So keep that in mind. Number two, reparent. The part that learned, I must make it better. Because you don't have to make it better. Child is still active in you. Daily practice, short but powerful exercises. I see how hard you work to keep things working or keep things together in the family. Yes, you don't have to do that anymore. Yes, I'm here now. Say this slowly. Your body listens before your mind agrees. Isn't that big? Okay, start small. Don't jump in immediately. Let someone else be uncomfortable. Delay fixing by 10 minutes. Sit with the urge without acting. You're teaching your body. You're teaching your nervous system. You're reteaching it. Nothing bad happens when I don't rescue people. This is how safety is rebuilt, okay? This is so powerful. I hope you're getting a lot out of it, okay? So let's get into number 4, redefining your worth. Old belief systems, okay? I matter because I matter because I help. New belief system, practice, not force. I matter because I exist. Hello? You don't repeat this until you believe it, okay? You repeat it until your nervous system stops arguing, okay? Until your nervous system stops arguing, okay? Step number 5, build relationships based on mutual regulation. This means shared responsibility, all right? Emotional reciprocity, financial transparency without shame, space for both people's needs, okay? Okay, at first this may feel boring or unfamiliar. That's a sign you're moving out of survival patterns, okay? That's all that is. It's just a sign. Okay, so number 6, what changes when this heals? You're gonna love it. You will notice less guilt. All right, less clear boundaries, stronger leadership without overfunctioning, healthier money decisions, relationships that don't drain you, a quieter nervous system, a deeper sense of self-worth. Not because life is perfect, but because you're no longer carrying what was never yours, okay? This is retraining, all right? This is retraining. Plan for a nervous system that learned to survive by carrying, you tried to do that, okay? What never belonged to you. Yes, that's what you were carrying. Take your time, all right, with this. Read it in pieces if you need to. Your body may react. That's part of the work, okay? So, all right, I hope that explains everything, okay, you guys, all right? So your personal pattern map, okay? Why this keeps showing up even when you know better, all right? All right, your original role, you weren't just a child. You were an emotional buffer, a shame absorber, a stabilizer of adults' chaos. That's what you grew up as. Your nervous system learned one core equation. Yes. If I keep things emotionally calm, I stay connected and safe. That's because your operating system. That became your operating system, excuse me. All right? How it now runs your life, okay? Relationships, job, everything. You may notice you're drawn to people who are overwhelmed, under-resourced, or emotionally immature. You feel anxious when someone you love is stressed, even if it's not your problem. You feel relief when someone needs you and emptiness when they don't. You confuse intensity with intimacy. Intensity is not intimacy, okay? Your body is scanning for dysregulation, not compatibility. Yes. Okay, leadership and work, you guys. You may overfunction just in case. Take responsibility for outcomes that aren't yours. Feel guilty enforcing structure or accountability, burnout in purpose-driven roles, struggle to rest without anxiety. Okay, your nervous system learn. If I'm not on top of things, something bad will happen. That's not leadership, you guys. That's hypervigilance in a suit. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, money. Money was never neutral. It carried shame, emotional collapse, instability, and secrecy. So now you may feel anxious even when you're financially stable. Overgive to receive guilt. Undercharge or delay receiving fear, becoming selfish, or like them, feel unsafe when things are calm. Your body remembers money equals emotional danger. Okay, so what's actually happening is your body's brain is happening in your body and brain. This matters because you can't heal without you mislabel with that mislabel. Okay, so neurobiology patterns. Your amygdala learn to stay on high alert. Your caregiving circuits overdeveloped. Your interception ability to feel your own went offline. Your executive brain clarity, boundaries, this discernment gets overridden under stress. So when you stop fixing, your mind says this is fine. Okay, your body says danger. That's why insight alone doesn't work, you guys. Healing must happen at the nervous system level. That's where the healing needs to take place, okay? All right, so let's get into this final part, okay? The daily healing practice, you guys. This is where change actually happens. Do not rush this. Do not, okay? Consistency beats the intensity. Consistency beats the intensity, okay? That's why you got to come to therapy regularly, okay? So the core practice, self-empathy practice you need to do, 7 minutes a day, daily. Sit somewhere quiet, one hand on your chest or belly. Say slowly out loud, if possible, I see how hard you work to keep things together. You had to grow up too fast. Yes, okay? All right? You don't have to carry this anymore. Okay? I'm here now. Yes. Take all the time you need to let this go. All right? Pause after each sentence. Let your body respond without correcting it. Okay? Tears, resistance, numbness, they all are normal. Okay? They're all normal. Okay, you guys? All right, so I'm glad we were here today, okay? The nervous system retraining, okay? Tolerating non-responsibility. This is the hardest part and the most important, you guys. Daily micro practices once per day. Like I said, 7 minutes. Notice the urge to fix, rescue, explain, or manage. Don't act immediately, you guys. Delay for 10 minutes. Just for 10 minutes, okay? All right, breathe slowly and say internally, I can be safe without fixing this. I can be safe without fixing this, okay? This discomfort is not my emergency. This discomfort is not my emergency. You're teaching your body a new outcome. Yes, okay? A new boundary, okay? Let's do the boundary pattern script, okay? When guilt arises, let's say this. This guilt is, it kept me connected once. I don't need it now. I don't need it anymore. No. Guilt is not a moral signal here. Guilt is not a moral signal here. It's a memory. Okay? All right? So we're finalizing this. We're getting to all the way down to the nitty-gritty with this, you guys, okay? This is where the deepest shift happens, you guys. Old identity. That's what that is. I'm not available because I help stabilize, and I'm not valuable because I help stabilize and sacrifice. No, I'm not valuable for that. New identity. This takes practice. I'm valuable because I exist. I don't believe this first. You practice, you might not believe it at first, okay? So the nervous system stops. Say it until the nervous system stops fighting it. That's the bottom line. Say it until the nervous system stops fighting, okay? So daily identity reinforcement. Each morning, I do not have to earn safety. I do not have to earn love. I am allowed to receive. Yes, say that again. I am allowed to receive. Say it even when you don't feel it, especially then. Say it especially then, you guys. This is a really, really New Year's, okay? We're going to get this right, you guys, okay? So, relationships going forward. Yes, late relationships. You are no longer available for emotional freeloading. Hello? Financial chaos. You're no longer available for that. You're not expected to absorb one-sided regulation. No, you're not available for that. You are building mutual reciprocity, emotional reciprocity, transparency without shame. Okay, shared regulation. And yeah, boring, might feel boring, unfamiliar, or emotionally flat at first, but you'll get used to it. That's not a problem, you guys. That's your nervous system detoxing from the chaos, okay? All right? So, faith and spiritual restoration. We got to do that part, okay? This matters. If faith is part of your life, you guys, you can do this part. All right? Survival taught you I must carry what others drop. Take that in, all right? Faith invites you. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. That's what the word says. All right? This work is alignment, not rebellion. Okay? Scriptural reframe to sit with, okay? You were never designed to be the source. You are not God. Rest is not laziness. It's trust. Boundaries are stewardship. Okay? Boundaries are stewardship. All right? Prayer reframe. God showed me what is mine to carry and what is not. Help my body learn help my body learn that I am healed. Help my body learn that I am healed. Okay? What healing looks like over time. You will notice less urgency, less guilt, clearer decisions, stronger leadership with less effort, healthier money relationships, deeper, calmer connections, a quieter internal world, not because life is easier, but because you are no longer living as the emotional parent. Okay? Final truth, you guys. Final truth. Okay? And I mean this, you guys. I mean this. All right? You were incredibly capable as a child. That's why this role fell on you. Okay? But capability is not consent. Just because you were capable to do everything as a child for your parents, not mean you consented. The survival is not destiny. And survival is not destiny. Excuse me. You don't need to become someone new. You need to come home to who you were before the burden, before the trauma. You are not broken. You were overburdened. And this is reversible. Yeah.